If you are planning to buy a tiny 500 square foot, one bedroom condo in Surrey just to get your foot on the property ladder, and you're telling yourself, it's okay, Sibo, I'll just live there for 3 years, sell it, and then update to my dream townhome in Clayton or Fleetwood, please stop right there. Because in 2026, that traditional well-meaning advice from your parents or old school real estate agents is not a stepping stone. It's a financial trap. Look, I get it. Right now, renting in British Columbia is exhausting. You are tired of watching your hard-earned money disappear into your landlord's mortgage every single month. You are tired of the constant anxiety of wondering, is my landlord going to sell this place next month? Am I going to have to pack up my entire life and find a new rental in this crazy market? You want stability. You want to build equity, save for your retirement, and have a place where you can actually hang a picture on the wall without asking for permission. But buying the wrong property just because it's cheap will lock you into the lifestyle you hate and a financial hole you can't climb out of. Today, we're throwing out the old rule book. I'm going to show you exactly why the buy small, upgrade later playbook has completely broken down in 2026. And I'm going to give you 3 modern, high strategic ways to buy your first home in Surrey without getting trapped. First, let's talk about why property ladder is broken. Historically, the game was simple. You buy a small condo, the market goes up, you build some equity, you sell it, and you use that profit to buy a townhouse. Easy, right? But in 2026, 2 massive things has changed this game. Number 1, the transaction cost black hole. Most first-time home buyers completely forget about the cost of actually moving the ladder. Let's do some quick real-world math. When you buy the first condo, you pay legal fees, inspection fees, and the potential property transfer tax. But when you sell it 3 years later to upgrade, you have to pay real estate agent commissions, which can be easily $50,000 to $20,000. Lawyers fee again, moving companies, and also staging and cleaning. Every time you buy and sell a home in BC, you're letting $30,000 to $50,000 vanish in transaction costs. If you do that twice just to get into a townhouse, you have basically set a luxury car's worth of cash on fire. That's money that should have stayed in your pocket for your retirement or your kids' education. Number 2, the widen gap trap. That is the math that breaks my heart when I see first-time home buyers try to do that alone. Let's say today you buy a 1-bedroom condo in Surrey Central for $350,000 and a 3-bedroom townhouse you actually want in Clayton, it's $750,000. The gap between them is about $400,000. Now, let's say the Surrey real estate market goes up by healthy 10% over the next few years. Your condo is now worth $385,000. Awesome. You made $35,000, right? But wait, that $750,000 townhouse also went up by $75,000 to $825,000. Do you see what just happened? Your condo went up by $35,000, but the townhouse went up by $75,000. The gap between your condo and your dream home didn't shrink. It grew from $400,000 to $440,000. You actually become further away from upgrading despite the market going up. In 2026, the property ladder isn't a ladder anymore. It's an escalator moving backward. If you start the lowest step, you might get stuck there forever. I know what you might be thinking right now. Sibo, this sounds terrifying. If I cannot buy a cheaper starter condo, does that mean I'm stuck renting forever? Absolutely not. But I want to acknowledge why you're feeling nervous. Almost every first-time buyer I sit down with in Surrey has exactly same worries. You are terrified of making a classic rookie mistake. You are scared of overpaying the peak of the market. Maybe you have heard absolute horror stories from your friends, like the coworker who bought a condo only get hit with a $40,000 special assessment levy because the building's roof or elevator broken down, and now they can't not even afford their groceries. Or maybe you have worried about working with a pushy, unprofessional agent who doesn't actually care about your future and just wanted to push you into the first property they find so they can cash a commission check and disappear. And because of these fears, some buyers think, you know what? I'll just figure it out by myself. I'll browse realtor.ca, go to open houses on weekend, and buy a place without a buyer's agent. That way, I'm in control. But let me share a quick story with you. Last year, a couple came to me after trying the DIY route. They had found a great deal on a condo online. It looked perfect, but because they didn't have an expert looking out for them, they didn't know how to read the strata depreciation report. They didn't realize that the building was facing a massive structural repair lawsuit, and they didn't see the hidden rental restrictions in the bylaws. They were days away from signing a contract that would have financially ruined them. The truth is, having a dedicated buyer's agent doesn't cost you a single penny. The seller pays the fee. But having the right agent, someone who actually puts themselves into your shoes, protects you like family, and understands the changing dynamics of North Surrey. It's the difference between buying a home that builds your wealth and buying a home that becomes a financial prison. The three new rules of Surrey real estate in 2026. So how do we win the game in 2026? How do we get you out of the rent into your own beautiful home without falling into the starter home trap? We use three modern strategies designed especially for the Surrey market. Rule number one, the leapfrog strategy. One and done. Instead of buying a tiny one-bedroom condo and planning to move in 3 years, we help you leapfrog straight to a two-bedroom or even a three-bedroom townhouse in Surrey's highest growth pockets. I'm talking about areas like Clayton, Fleetwood, along the upcoming SkyTrain extension line. By looking at properties with massive future transit potential, we can find homes that will experience rapid equity growth. Yes, it might require a slightly larger initial budget or adjusting your criteria, but by skipping just one move, you save $40,000 in transaction fees, and you secure a home you can actually grow into for the next 10 years. Rule number two, house hacking, the mortgage helper. This is my absolute favorite strategy for Surrey first home buyers. Instead of buying a standard condo, you look for properties like half duplexes or row homes that have a legal or unauthorized basement suite, a mortgage helper. In Surrey, a decent one-bedroom basement suite can rent for $16,000 to $19,000 a month in 2026. When you apply for a mortgage, banks will actually count that rental income towards your qualification. This means you can suddenly qualify for a much larger, nicer property. Your tenant essentially paying half of your mortgage while you live upstairs, build a massive equity, and enjoy a spacious home with your family. It is a cheat code for building wealth. And rule number three, rent vesting. What if you absolutely must live close to your job in downtown Vancouver, but you can only afford a tiny overpriced studio there? You rent vest. You continue to rent a comfortable place near your work, but you take your down payment and buy a high yield, high growth investment property here in Surrey. You let a local Surrey tenant pay off your mortgage while you sit back and enjoy the incredible future appreciation of Surrey's booming economy. You get the lifestyle you want today and the real estate wealth of tomorrow. At the end of the day, buying your first home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about creating a stable, peaceful future for you and your family. It's about knowing that no landlord can ever tell you to pack up and leave again. It's about building a solid financial foundation so you can save for your retirement and live stress-free. But you don't have to navigate this overwhelming process alone. You shouldn't rely on outdated advice. If you want to make sure you are taking the smartest path to home ownership in Surrey, first hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I release new, honest, no BS Surrey real estate strategies every single week to keep you ahead of the market. Second, I want you to click the link in the description below. Download my free 2026 Surrey Smart Buyer's Guide. That is a step-by-step roadmap I put together especially for first-time home buyers to help you avoid the top 10 mistakes people are making in today's market. And finally, if you are serious about buying in the next 6 to 12 months and you want a custom step-by-step game plan tailored to your exact budget, income, and lifestyle, sign up for the one-on-one consultation with me. Normally, my strategy section are reserved for active clients, but for the limited time, I'm offering 5 free consultation spots this week, especially for my YouTube viewers. No pressure, no pushy sales pitches, just you and me and a coffee, figuring out the absolutely best way to get you into the dream home. Click the link below to claim your spot before they're gone. I'm Sibo, and I can't wait to help you start your journey. I'll see you in the next video.